All right, this is going to be my last fragrance haul of things that I purchased in 2024. Some of these I've had for a little while. Some of them I kind of got in there just at the end of the year, but I wanted to come and talk about these because a few of these, while I did purchase them in 2024, they aren't going to be going into my fragrance rankings. So I am going to be doing a fragrance rankings video for 2024. I'm still on the fence as to whether or not I'm just going to do a top 20 or if I'm going to do a ranking of all the things. If I do a full rankings video, I'm going to find a way to keep it a little bit more brief so that you don't have a 90-minute video on your hands. But anyway, getting off track, what I wanted to do was sit down and talk to you about these today because some of these I really like, but I just didn't get a chance to wear them enough to honestly put them in the rankings. Like if I have worn something 4 or 5 times, it's really not enough unless it was really bad. Unless it was really bad. Or really amazing, I guess. One of these is really amazing. I think I actually shared it in another video. I don't even think it made it into a haul video. I think it was more of like a monthly favorites, I'm pretty sure. Okay, getting off track again. I swear that's gonna be the last time for today. Stick with me, folks. If we haven't met before, my name is Kelly, and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist, and here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. All right. The great thing about all of these is that they were all a really great deal. There isn't anything I paid over $40 for in here, I don't think. I'd have to check on some of the duas, but I'm pretty sure that all of these were under 40 bucks. I will have the prices listed down below with links to everything. I will find the best deals I can for all of you in case one of these sounds like something that you would want to pick up. So let's go ahead and start out with the Dua fragrances. I know that Dua has such a cult following, so if you just happen to see that there were some Duas in here, this part is for you. Okay, so this first one I purchased because of my friend Kara from Beauty and the Frizz or Frizz and Fragrance, depending on which of her channels that you know, love, watch. I will have her link down below. So Kara, in one of her videos, was talking about the Dust of Delight. Now this is inspired by Happy Dust by Narcotica. Haven't smelled that one. That one is normally $280. This one is $33 at full price. And my code KEEPBEAUTYREAL will save you. They do also run sales that I usually try to share, but like, I mean, even $33 at full price is really great. Now this one is out of stock right now, but you can put it on your wish list if you want to do what I did, because that is exactly what I had to do. When I saw Kara talking about it, I was like, oh, and I put it on my wish list. And when I ran to the site, it wasn't in stock, but I did put it on my wish list and got a notification. Now, the first time I got notified, it was like out of stock real quick. And then the second time I was able to snag it. So what intrigued me about this was Kara said it is a fragrance that is doing the most while doing the least, or something like that. I can't remember how she phrased it, but I think she was like, you know, this is like the lightest fragrance that like does the most. She was like, it lasts a long time, but it like also is like doing the least, you know? And I was like, that sounds so interesting to me. And I will say, Kara got this one on the head. So if you like skin scents, this is sort of like a person who loves skin scents also then walked through like a confectionery. Someone's wearing a really great skin scent and they walked through a room where someone was freshly baking cupcakes and making fresh caramels. Like, but just like walk through, like if you have long hair like I do, or you have like porous hair and you know that hair like picks up scent, it's almost like that. It's not like it smells really intensely of something, but you get that little whisper of it. So the notes in this are bourbon, vanilla, mango, coconut water, mate, vanilla, matcha tea, brown sugar, amber, star jasmine, I was going to say star anise, star jasmine, vanilla, tonka bean, sandalwood, white musk, and Peru balsam. I mean, okay, you think that this is going to be like sickly sweet, right? Like with all of those notes in there, you think it's going to be sweet, kind of spicy, but it is cozy. This is like a gourmand was sprayed on a cozy sweater and put outside in the breeze to like lighten up for a few hours. The thing about this though is it does last a while, which is the great thing about Dua fragrances. They are extrait concentration, and so even a lighter scent is going to last a long time. I love this. This is great for like cozy vibes. It's also great to be able to put on and then layer a little bit of something else over the top of in case you like want like a little extra. I really love this one. I'm so glad that I picked this one up. So thank you to Kara for that one. All right, so this other one that is, I will be honest, she is going to be ranked up pretty high in my favorites rankings for this year. This one is just something special. There is something so unique about this one. This is Devil's Vanilla, and this is one that I have worn a lot because I just can't put it down. And it's so interesting because, okay, so I just had my nose on the Dust of Delight for a while, and this one is much, much sweeter. Like when you think about something called Devil's Vanilla, I would think that this is going to be like gourmand, maybe a little spicy, something like that. But this, I tell you what, after being next to something so cozy, soft like this one is like a kick in the face a little bit because it is very fizzy and effervescent. And that is one thing that I love about this. I think that this really hits that sparkling cola feel for me that I've tried to get out of a couple other cola-ish scents that just missed the mark. So this one is inspired by Vanille Diabolique by Renoir Parfums. And this normally, its true sister would retail for $188. This one is $33, again, on the Dua site at full price. So the notes in here are orange, Coca-Cola, pink pepper, rum, cardamom, dark chocolate, bourbon, vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. So I will say it's the Coca-Cola that like really, it's really there. I actually also get a little bit of something powdery out of this, which normally, like anytime I hear someone say powdery, I'm like completely disinterested. Writing that one off because I don't usually like powdery, but there's something that makes it very soft. It's like a punch in the face at the front, and then you kind of go through the spicy, and then there's just something a little bit cozy. I'm not sure where I'm getting the little bit of like, it's like fluffy powdery. It's so weird. It's like fizzy and then it changes into fluffy, and it is just so interesting. I love it. I think that it is so unique. I really want to experiment layering with this one more because I think, you know, you could layer this with something that's even more vanilla to really have an interesting feel. You could layer it with something that is more spicy, and this would actually like lighten it up a little bit with that fizziness. There's a lot of experimentation that this one is going to have, and for $33 it was a great buy. So definitely love that one. All right, here's another one that I was influenced by. It's so interesting. There are several in here that I was influenced by. So this one is Raspberry Candied Violets, again from Dua, and this is inspired by Mallow by Soradora. So that fragrance is normally $379, y'all. I have some fragrances that I just adore. I cannot imagine spending $379. I'm going to tell you right now. I have not smelled that one. So I cannot remember which video Alicia was talking about this one in, because girl has been cranking out some content, but it might have been her spring fragrance video. I don't know, but this one, Alicia from Alicia Budget Beauty, I'll have her channel linked down below. She was talking about this, and I was like, I'm either really going to love this or I am going to absolutely hate it. And I'm really glad I picked it up. For $33, it was worth the, you know, risk. So the notes in this are vanilla sugar, raspberry, pink pepper, heliotrope, orange blossom, almond, violet, black musk, and amber. So this is totally like, it has a little bit of that like Smarties vibe to it. Actually, this reminds me of when I was in France and I picked up a tin of like the violet flavored pastilles, and they definitely have that like floral, slightly soapy flavor to them from the violet with some powdered sugar, and you get the raspberry in there. Now, I actually want to try layering this with something with even more raspberry punch this spring and summer, but this is a fun one. And the reason I like it is because it's very different than anything else I have. And this has a little bit, so I've talked before about how I feel like Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy has that very, again, royal icing thing. I think it's from the orange blossom, because a lot of scents that have orange blossom, to me, they have that like powdered sugar vibe. This actually, I like this a lot better. The fruitiness, the violet, it's just so unique. It is definitely a very girly fragrance. Like if you are looking for something that is like uber feminine, that like sweet, innocent kind of thing, this is really great. I also, yeah, I think that this would be a good one. Like if you are looking for something to get as a like first fragrance for someone, this would be a nice one because it's not, it's sweet as in like airy and like sugary, but not cloyingly sweet. Not like by the amount of sweetness, but it's definitely sweet. Does that make any sense? I hope so. You know, sometimes things can be sweet and like really sticky. This is sweet, but like airy and dry. I hope that makes sense. Okay, this is the one out of all of the duos that are right here that I have worn the least. And right now is the time that I really need to start wearing this one. I was really excited about this one. And then when it came in, I smelled it and I'm like, yeah, this will be nice, but I just haven't been drawn to wearing it. So this is Pistachio Almond Cream, and this is an original from the brand. This one at full price is $60, so it's more. Now, this has notes of roasted pistachio, almond, nutty accord, pistachio ice cream, almond milk, vanilla bean, whipped cream, soft woods, and creamy musk. So remember when we all saw that KLE was coming out with a pistachio gelato ice cream scent, and like maybe before we saw the notes, we just like saw the vibe, we saw the teasers. This is that. This is what I thought that fragrance was going to be. And that's honestly what drew me into this. When I was reading the notes, I'm like, okay, I have a feeling that that's going to be sort of what I was catching from the vibe. This is almost like if you were to take the KLE Yum Pistachio Gelato and cocktail it with the Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream, because that has that like warmer feeling, more nutty, more gourmand feel to it. Whereas to me, the KLE has a little bit of a soapy vibe, a little bit of like a light, airy, cold temperature thing. This is creamier, nuttier, roastier, toastier. Definitely going to be one for this time of year. I need to start using this more before the weather starts to warm up, because I think once it warms up, this is going to be too much. This is very nutty, like toasted nuts, creamy, sweet, but not too sweet. It's gourmand, but it's not like punch you in the face. It's nice. I don't know why I haven't been wearing it as much. Probably because I have so much darn perfume. I wonder why, as we're sitting here going through all these fragrances. Okay, so those are the 4 duos that I wanted to share. Now, these next 2 scents I picked up on the Ipsy site during one of the drop shop things. I've told you all before, you can find some really good fragrance deals on Ipsy. I saw these fragrances and they were a really good price and they just sounded really interesting. I'd never tried the brand. The aesthetic sort of drew me in. I actually was thinking like, okay, if I don't really like these would be a really good Christmas ball gift, because I always like to throw some fragrances into the gifts that I do for my family. So without further ado, let's talk about the 2 scents I picked up from Memoire Archives. Now, I picked up one that I would say is unisex. Just barely. I feel this leans a little bit more masculine, and one that is definitely more feminine. But both of these are really light and fresh. So let's talk about Memoire 01, which is Destination Unknown. So this one has notes of California poppy, agave nectar, and desert marigold. So I have to say, I love the aesthetic of the bottle. Very, you know, minimalistic. I think the packaging is great. I went onto the website originally when I was like researching them, when I saw them on Ipsy, just to kind of get the vibe. Like I said, I just love the aesthetic. Some of the notes of it give me like Coach Poppy vibes, except I feel like every designer fragrance out there has, especially the ones that are a little bit more like springtime, kind of like florally, a little bit fruity, they have this undertone that just smells like perfume chemicals. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. This does not have that. Like, this is light, it's fresh. I like the agave in here, but the poppy note definitely gives me Coach Poppy, but it's less. It's light, it's fresh, it's really nice. I had to keep this one for myself. I was like, ooh, this is really interesting. Like, there's just something to it. I haven't been wearing this one a lot because like going into the winter, it just seemed off. But I could actually see if I like needed a little bit of mood boosting outside of the shower, this could be kind of a nice one. I could see that. But I'll definitely love wearing it in spring and summer, especially because I think that the notes of this will work well in summer. It's light. It's not going to be too much. Yeah, I really like this one. Now, like I said, you can find some really, really great deals on Ipsy. So on the Memoire website, these run for about 60 bucks a piece, which, how long? This is 3.4 ounces. That's actually a pretty good deal. But if you shop around, you can find them for like, I would say between 30 and 45. I will find whatever has like the lowest prices and I'll link them down for you. But I got both of these, this one and the one we're about to talk about, for like $20, $25 for both. So, which is why I kind of did some research, because I was like, that's an awfully good deal. That's an awfully good deal. Like, that could either mean that they're going to be like, I'm going to be super excited, or these are going to smell really cheap. They don't. They absolutely don't smell cheap. So let's talk about Memoire 6, which is Cabin Retreat. So this is the box for Cabin Retreat. You can see you've got, you know, definitely those nature vibes. So the notes on this one are Atlas, cedarwood, oak moss, and sandalwood. So this definitely gives, okay, I get the vibes of lumberjack, gets out of the shower, has just used a creamy sandalwood bar of soap, and is like now standing in a room of fresh cut wood with the windows open, and it's kind of breezy. That's a very weird scent thing. That's a very weird memory. I don't know how that would ever happen, but that's the vibes that I get. It's airy, it's light, it's cool. It's very light though. So this is leaning just a bit too far into masculine for me. But I'm not actually sure why that is, because it is so light. Like, I think I could definitely cocktail this with things to keep some of that woody freshness that I like and not get too masculine. Now, I have actually recommended, let's see, it's the Clean brand. It was like oud cedar, I can't remember. But that one, I had a friend who was like, oh, this is too sweet for me. This one is not sweet. This is clean, fresh, light, not sweet. So this gives me some of those vibes. See, now I'm kind of talking myself back into it. There's something in this that I get a little bit of pepperiness from it. Like, not much, but just an undertone of like spice to it. It's very light, it's very fresh. This would be a great option. Again, if you have a male oversprayer in your life, this would be a great one because it's so light. I don't think you could overdo it. I had Jeremy wear this one a couple times just to kind of like get the vibes of it, and it is quite light. Now, I think it's a great cozy nighttime fragrance. You know, cozy as in like you can snuggle up really close to someone with it, but it is fresh. I hope that kind of like gives you an idea. I would be very curious to try more of the Memoire fragrances, and I am wondering if they have any type of a like scent sampler, because I would be really intrigued. I just think these are so nice. They aren't overly cloying like both of these. Maybe I just hit the two that are just going to be that way, but definitely intriguing enough to keep an eye on this brand. Again, like the packaging is just very unisex, really like simple, elegant. And I'm telling you, the price couldn't have been beat. Like, even if I mean, $12.50, let's say I've got this for $25, $12.50 a piece for these. Not gonna complain. Okay, so now we have two more scents. I am going to start out, I wanna end this on a better note. So I am gonna talk about the one that I didn't have many things that I purchased this year, y'all, that I don't like, which I'm lucky because I did quite a bit of blind buying. More than I probably should have, more than is smart for anyone to do. This is one of the few that I absolutely I cannot with this. This is Mont Blanc Signature. This I heard about on Jamie's channel, so not another perfume channel by Jamie. She just added the by Jamie at the end. She was talking about this and it sounded amazing. It sounded amazing. So let me pull up the notes of this one because like I totally get it. So we have clementine, magnolia, peony, lang lang, benzoin, white musk, and vanilla. So I think Jamie had said like, this smells like a fresh creamsicle. Like, and she had talked about like, you know, some white florals. Like, this is so white floral. Okay, I had to wash this off. I wore this twice. I put a little bit on and I was like, can't quite tell. And then the next time I like went harder in with it, I had to wash it off. When you first spray it, I get the creamy creamsicle, but very quickly it becomes like old cheap hairspray to me. That's all I get. I get this very screechy chemical perfume thing. It smells like orange hairspray. Hold on, orange hairspray actually sounds kind of good. This is not. It is not good. Creamy orange hairspray. I cannot. I am hoping that I can find someone. Now, I got this at a pretty good deal on like Joma Shop or something like that. You win some, you lose some. It's not a big deal. I love the bottle. Like, it's super cute, right? Can't do it. I'm sorry, Jamie. I just cannot do it with this one. I mean, I kept hoping that this was gonna get better, but this fragrance has been discontinued, so it's not even like this bottle is gonna macerate and get better. Maybe it's gone off a little bit, but I feel like it takes a long time for fragrance to go off. I don't know. I'm already getting a headache just by like sitting here and I keep sniffing it. I don't know why I'm torturing myself. So that's a no. That's a big no. I'm hoping I can find someone who likes orange hairspray. Okay, so I'm gonna get some fresh air here, get that out of my nose. All right, so I got drawn in. I had heard that Lattafa had done a dupe for Burberry's Goddess, and I absolutely love that fragrance. That was in my top faves of last year. So I was like, well, clearly I need to try this, because if it's as good as Goddess, I know I'm gonna go through my bottle of Goddess, and if it's as good, maybe it'll save me a bunch of money. So we have Ongum from Lattafa, as I just said. So here is the bottle. Now, this one, I would say that this, from the notes of it, is more like inspired by. It definitely has different notes than the Burberry Goddess itself. Oh, as I'm like going through my notes here, I just realized I have one more fragrance to share with you. We'll talk about it after this one. So the top notes of this one are mandarin, ginger, pink pepper. The middle notes are praline, lavender, and cacao, and the base notes are musk, amber, and vanilla. So not as heavy on the vanilla as Burberry Goddess. Like, to me, Goddess smells like a soapy, refined vanilla, like a expensive vanilla lavender soap. I usually don't love lavender. This fragrance I love, the Goddess. So I actually have it here. Yeah, it just, oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. Like, that little bit of herbal note just makes it so unique to me. And I know that there are other scents that do like lavender and vanilla together, but I really love this one. Okay, so here we have the Ongum, and it's not the same. It's not the same. Now, I did one day wear these side by side. When I first sprayed them on, I was like, nope, it's gonna be Goddess for me. As they dried down though, I don't think I really noticed as much of a difference. And I think the reason for that is because some of the lavender in Goddess sort of like fades a little bit, and you're just left with the creaminess of the vanilla. Now, right now on the scent strips, I actually am preferring Ongum, which is kind of like shocking, because it has less of the lavender to it. Like, it has a little bit more richness, like it's muskier. The praline isn't like overly sweet. Neither of these is sweet. I would say that both of these are like light vanillas with herbal notes to them. I personally don't really get ginger, pink pepper. I get the praline, I get the musk out of this. This one is warmer. This one is cooler. Like, yeah, this one's a little bit warmer. This one's a little cooler. They're not the same, but they are quite close. Jury is still out. Jury is still out on I'm honestly gonna have to wear these two side by side again more, just to really like decide, because at some point my Burberry is going to go away. Like, it's going to get used up, not for a while, but eventually it will. So I really need to decide if this is gonna be enough for me, or if I'm gonna need to spend my cash on the Burberry. I will say the Burberry was sent to me, but I love it so much that as of right now, I totally plan on buying another bottle. Okay, let me get that last fragrance that I just saw the notes that I had screenshot in here. All right, I did not realize how many scents in here I was influenced by my fragrance friends to buy. So this is gonna be great because we're gonna end on a high note. This is one that I purchased after watching one of Jamie's videos that I absolutely love. So she was talking about the Maison Alhambra Narissa Rose Musk. Now this one is inspired by Musk Noir from Narciso Rodriguez. So this one, this is so nice. This is so nice. I am going to love wearing this one this spring. I did actually wear it quite a bit. These two I have actually had for a while. Obviously the Mont Blanc has just been like sitting in my in my cabinet back there doing nothing because I cannot with her. But this one, I really love letting her come out to play. So the top notes of this one are pink pepper, plum, and bergamot. It's the plum that drew me in. Like, I've had a thing for plum. This sounded so good. It sounded floral and juicy, and that's exactly what it is. So then the middle notes are rose, tuberose, and musk, and the base notes are vanilla. Ah, it smells so good. This is definitely rosy, but it's not. It's fresh. Like, the bergamot keeps it fresh. The plum adds some mystery. The vanilla like softens it out. It's very nice and really incredibly inexpensive. I think this was like 25 bucks. I will see where I can find it. Oh, also, by the way, I didn't mention anything about the Lattafa. This one, again, was around 30. I cannot remember. I think the Mont Blanc was around 32. Like I said, these were all definitely under $40. So you definitely have to like rose if you get this. You know, sometimes there are blends that have rose and you're like, oh no, it just balances it out. No, this smells like rose. You get rose from this for sure, but it is a fresh, a flirty rose, a little bit sexy, like kind of like a sweet girl with a little bit of extra sex appeal who's kind of like, you know, on the side. Anyway, I really like this one. So out of all of these, I mean, what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Out of 9, we only have one that was like, but it was definitely an So that's what I've got for you today. Like I said, I wanted to sit down, give you a little bit more in-depth thoughts on these, since some of these will not be making it into my rankings for the year. I will then probably consider them in the rankings for next year, just because hopefully by then I will have worn them enough to really get more of an idea, especially this one, this pistachio almond cream I need to start wearing right now. So you'll have to let me know, do you have any of these? Do any of these sound like something that you want to pick up? Like I said, they're pretty inexpensive. I am going to be very conscious of my blind buys in this year. I only got burned a couple times, actually. I'm incredibly lucky that way. So that just makes me feel like my good luck has run out and I probably shouldn't press that luck too hard in 2025, but we will have to see. We will have to see. I've already made a fragrance purchase this year, so I'll let you know about that soon. All right, lovelies, that's going to be it for today. Make sure you're subscribed if you do want to see that ranking video. That will be coming in the next week or so, probably, just depending on how much time I have, but definitely coming. So subscribe if you want to see more, and don't forget to like this video on your way out. Again, let me know if you have any of these, share with the community your thoughts on them, and I will see you really soon.